G'day, my name's Michael Quinn and I'm a member of the working group calling for a Royal Commission into the Department of Veteran Affairs. We're having a rally this Sunday, the 17th of April at 1000 hours on the steps of Parliament House. I hope you're going to make it. I hope you're going to support our veterans. I had an interview this week with a young soldier who had multiple incidents happen to him while he was deployed in Afghanistan. These multiple incidents were quite traumatic, all involving IEDs, all involving explosions, and all involving his exposure to those. You have a situation with a soldier with that type of exposure where it impacts very heavily on you, especially when you're responsible for the lives of your members. And you lose one of the soldiers within your group and another one is severely injured. Every member of the section is severely affected. You would think a case like this would be quite straightforward. A man who is injured by bomb blast and mentally affected by the extreme traumatic trauma. You'd think there'd be no problems with the department. But here's how the story goes now. Yes, the department realises that he has been traumatically affected and have entered him into the system. But when he got to my desk, he was explaining to me how the department had knocked back a hip injury. They'd knocked back a hip injury which had been caused by a trauma. They picked a date of onset of this condition by a MRI. The date the MRI was taken was the date that the department decided that the injury had taken place. After being exposed to a bomb blast, he'd been limping around and having problems with this, trying to find some resolve to getting his hip fixed. Now he finds himself in the appeal system. He finds himself in the appeal system because his hip problem wasn't related to the back injury he sustained. The hip injury was a separate injury in its own right. But because the department have decided the date of onset is the date that the imaging was taken, he now is entered into what is the appeal pathway. Veterans that enter into the appeal pathway get extremely affected that their service is being questioned. This, on top of mental injury, has a dramatic effect on the veteran's family, and their children. This soldier may take up to 5 years to find the end solution through the legal system to get his case fully heard, get his injury fully accepted, and compensation paid accordingly. This is why we need a Royal Commission into the Department of Veteran Affairs. This is why we would like you to come along and support those that have supported our country. 17th of April, Sunday, this Sunday at 10 o'clock. Please come along and support those that have supported you. Please do not let DVA kill another veteran.